Hey, what's up? So I recently came across a problem when developing a Flutter application, which is full text search not being supported in Cloud Firestore. I came up with a solution that uses client-sided indexing of entries to enable text searching capabilities, which is what I'm going to show you in this video. Okay, so I've gone ahead and created a very basic project here and also implemented Firebase. In the public YAML I cleaned it up a little bit and added the Cloud Firestore dependency. Then the main.dart just looks like this with the basic material app in here, which has search page as its home widget. So search page is basically what you see right here. It just has an app bar, president search, and then we have a row here with a text field and an edit database button, which currently does not do anything. And then we're gonna have a list view that shows all the presidents in our database, and also a text field above, which is this one here, where we can query the presidents by their name. So I've coded up the whole thing now, and we're gonna take a look at the functionality now. Quickly gonna pull up a list of American president on the second screen. So yeah, we can add things to the database by just typing in here. So for example, George Washington, and now he gets inserted into the database, automatically being indexed for the search process. And then we have, for example, John Adams, and we can add him to the database as well, and Thomas Jefferson. The querying is also very simple, so you just type in here John, for example, or we could query Jefferson. It's also not, you can also do it lowercase, it accounts for that, but yeah. So first of all, I'm going to show you the indexing part so you're going to understand the other part better. So when you click the button right here, the on pressed calls the add to database method with the argument of add name controller.text, which is this text field's text. And the add to database looks like this. So it takes one argument, which is the string, which is the name we put in, and then we split the name at any spaces. So Thomas Jefferson would get split into a list where the first item is Thomas and the second is Jefferson. And then we create the index list, which is an empty list for now, and then we iterate through the list, so through the individual words of the name, and then through the individual characters here basically. And then we create another list which always goes from we insert a string into index list, which goes from 0 to 1 at the first iteration, so y is equal to 1 here. So we have we substring it from 0 to 1, which would be, in the case of Thomas Jefferson, would be t, and then we do that to lowercase, and then we iterate through it more. So we can still go from 0 on the next iteration to 2, so that would be th for Thomas Jefferson, and then tho, thom, thoma, and so forth. And then we just print it in the console for debugging purposes, and then we add it to the Firestore with just this column in collection presidents, document set data name. It's going to be the name which we pass here, and the search index is going to be this index list we just created. And then for the querying part, we just have a stream builder that surrounds the list view in here, and the stream is basically where it gets important. So we have a search string, which is a variable in our state, the string search string, and if it's null, or if there's just nothing in the text field, then we just query all presidents. But if it's not null, we put a where statement in the query. So search index, which is the list we have, so we can use the array contains keyword, and array contains the search string. So for example, this text field, by the way, automatically, like on change callback, it automatically updates with the set state callback the search string. So in here we have president search index array contains y search string, and Then if we type in Thomas, for example, the search string is always equal to what's in the text field at the current time. So that would be Thomas. And then Thomas has the word, Thomas Jefferson, the entry has the word Thomas in its search string array. So he's gonna get pulled up. So yeah, that's basically how it works. And then yeah, for loading we display a circular progress indicator and all that good stuff, but that's not that important. Then for the Firebase it looks something like that. So we have the collection presidents, and then we have 3 documents at the time. So the name is just George Washington. This is what gets displayed in the list tile widget in the app. And then the search index looks like this. So we have G, GE, GEO, GEOR, basically everything the user might type in into the text in the search field in your app. So with George Washington basically like spelled out by each letter in the array, and yeah, that's always the same. So we have John Adams here and Thomas Jefferson, and yeah, that's basically how we can query it in the app then.
So if you want other features of a typical full text search, like typo correction or any other fancy features, you can always just edit the add to database method and use your own algorithm for creating the index list, which might count for somebody who wants to search for George, forgets the G and just types Orge. Yeah, you could also account for that, but as your index list grows and then also your Firebase collection grows, I think you're gonna run into performance issues if you overdo it.
So yeah, this wraps it up. This was my video about full text search with Firestore and Flutter. Please leave me feedback in the comments below. Thanks for watching the video.